But before I go, I just want to get this off my chest. That shit was not my fault. Y'all are trash. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash. Like, y'all are so trash. I want you to know that I'm talking to you, so I'm going to say your name, then I'm going to call you trash.
Warzone Mobile has been anticipated for a while. After getting cancelled last year, the hype train has been building up, and finally Warzone Mobile will release on March 21st. However, despite the game not even being out yet, Warzone Mobile has been in many controversies, and the discourse around the game that's been rather ugly. You have content creators saying that the players are killing the game before it's even out. You have other creators saying the advertising for Warzone Mobile is purposely misleading, and that the other content creators are being dishonest. And honestly, the whole discourse around the game is one big dumpster. Instead of choosing a side and pouring more gasoline, I'll do my best to be non-biased and explain where both sides are coming from, and come with a decent conclusion. This is Warzone Mobile, the good, the bad, and the optimization. So finally, let's just first start with this. Let's start with the... Having seen the footage of this game is beautiful. The fact that it's running on a mobile phone is insane, and props to the developers for making this witchcraft possible. I'm making a console engine for PS4 and PS5 thrown in my pocket. Also, Modern Warfare 3 movement being added to the game is a huge step in the right direction. Specifically this live cancel. Pretty cool. And that's the main positives I want to get at. Now it's finally time to talk about the... There's a number of controversies that Warzone Mobile has been in. More recently, the faking of gameplay sources and the advertising using Warzone Mobile. More specifically, the use of motion blur and color filters seen in this clip right here. So when you click being shown, there's a couple of things being used, more specifically motion blur and color correction. However, this editing isn't used specific to Warzone Mobile. When it comes to adjusting colors, there have been creators like Zeke and Gazi who've been adjusting their games and their gameplays to look like this for a while now. Look at this tit, it looks like a Breaking Bad episode. There's nothing inherently wrong here with these colors, but the lack of transparency is the real issue here. The fact that it seems to be passing off as raw gameplay. But I can't really say that whoever made this did this with the intention to purposely mislead because of how common these edits are. And not only the COD community, but many Warzone crowded gameplays. But to go back to my main point, there should have been at least a little more transparency through trial and intel. But the effects are also uncommon and people should have automatically assumed the worst in this scenario being false advertising. I kind of want to briefly bring up a point I saw made by Stealth COD, of course full name Stealth Helicopter, we're professional here. It talks about Warzone Mobile being too advanced, and personally I disagree. There are games like Rainbow Six Siege and Area F2 that just in general have a lot more going on, and those games don't take months to learn. If you sit down with these games and you just mess around with the controls, they're actually not that hard to get. Also, we have the whole control debacle. Basically, if you use a controller, you get significantly more aim assisting with a mobile. Now, these are flat out unacceptable, especially for a mobile game. You got controller art here looking like a point-and-click adventure. Either significantly lower the aim assist on controller, or bring the mobile aim assist up to par. It really shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be so hard to make good aim assists for mobile devices, for a mobile game. And because I had to re-edit this section several times, of course something new just recently happened, and that was the removal of Alcatraz and Shoot House from COD Mobile. There's no excuse for this. It should be in the map pool, at least be in public matches. We'll see both maps go. It's just really unfortunate. Treat my boy Shoot House, he didn't do nothing though. But seriously, it's really unfortunate that Shoot House is not going to be here. Luckily, it is confirmed that it's coming back after a long time. And finally, after adding all these sections, we can finally talk about the optimization of Warzone Mobile on iOS is actually pretty good. Android, not so much. There have been people lagging on Snapdragon 870s, like what? And then Android is way harder to optimize from so many different devices, the Xiaomi's, the Red Magics, the Samsung. Even with that being said, optimization is not really important. This in the game, to be honest, I kinda have. But I think as a community, the best thing you can do is wait and be patient with the game and give clear and concise feedback. From the pedestal we put COD Mobile on right now, we forget some of the issues it had in its early days. For example, certain weapons you have to pay for, like the HPR, which was a blatant pay-to-win gun in the game. However, after giving feedback, the HPR became a gun that everyone can use on. Generally, paid weapons stopped being a thing in COD Mobile aside from mythics. Even COD Mobile in its early stage had some issues like this, but over time, and feedback was able to develop to the game we know today. And I think the same thing can happen to Warzone Mobile. I think if we give Warzone Mobile time to develop and get clear feedback, it can grow just like COD Mobile. That's all. This is Flink, setting up.